Hey everybody, I'm on vacation right now and I'm relaxing. I'm sitting by the fire here. See the fire there? Yeah. It's so relaxing to go to a hot tub, hang out, and sit by the fire at night. I love it. The reason I wanted to come on video looking like this, because this is not my ideal state to do a recording of any kind. Although, I'm human. This is what a human on vacation looks like, so why not? I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about what led me to this polymathy stuff, okay? Early on, I was just a bunch of things that were never supposed to go together. My mother was an immigrant, believe it or not, even though I'm Caucasian. My mother, ethnically Spanish, was a Cuban refugee. Several generations of my family had lived in Cuba. And so it was part the immigrant experience through my mom and the trauma of that and the repercussions of that. And also my dad was a high school graduate, redneck, white dude, truck driver, fireman, or unemployed and alcoholic and depressed, So right off the bat, my parents were sort of a clash of two cultures and drastically different identities. My mom was very Catholic and my dad just was not that. He rode a Harley Davidson and liked beer, My parents had met in high school and they were just a complete horrible match, but it led to me being more diverse in some ways, I grew up with my dad and his parents, so there were 3 generations in my household. So I was exposed from the age of 2 to Depression era people, my grandparents, and then also the baby boomers, and also my generation. I was the youngest in my household, and I was one of 2 females out of 6 people living in the house. So I was also kind of in the minority. I could hang out with the boys because I grew up with the boys, but I was pretty girly myself. I was born in liberal Berkeley, but educated in conservative Christian high schools. I come from, prior generations of my family did not attend college, and I did well at it, and I became a doctor, and I became someone who, had an impressive career, I suppose. But I come from people who lived in trailers and experienced mental illness and addiction. Holy chunk of fire just flew through the air. Oh my God, I wish I would have caught that on video. That was amazing. I'm glad the tree didn't catch on fire. Anyway, so I was just, right off the bat, I was all these things that, didn't seem like they should go together. I was all these contradictions, and yet here I was. And so I learned early on to, just observe and learn from all the perspectives I was exposed to, and then not buy into blindly being allegiant to any of them. I've never joined a political party. I've learned about them. I've participated on both sides. I am friends with both, Democrats and Republicans. I've worked for Democrats and Republicans, and I pride myself on being truly independent, not biased by any party allegiance, which I think is just outsourcing your thinking, which is stupid to do. You got to think for yourself. And then the other thing is I haven't been a part of a religious group since I was a teenager in high school. Now I'm 43. I'm very spiritual. I'm deeply spiritual and woo-woo. But I'm not religious at all. But I have experienced that life as being religious also. I know that perspective. I've also seen 43 countries on 6 continents. I've been poor before. I've been not poor. I've been married. I've been single. I've worked in nonprofit, for-profit, and government sectors. I've tried so many things, gotten to know so many different people. And what that polymathic approach to learning has done for me is it's made me see all the sides at once. Like, I can see the whole system holistically because I wasn't biased to be Democrat. I wasn't biased to be Republican. I wasn't biased to be anything except myself and curious, you know, and in my own integrity. To be in integrity means that your decisions and your choices match your ethics. And when you decide to do something that really doesn't match your true ethical compass, then you're out of integrity. You're out of alignment with yourself. And it matters a lot for me. I don't know why, but it matters very much for me to be authentic and in integrity with my own soul. It feels like a kind of self-betrayal to pretend anything. I have no poker face, so like I don't lie. I mean, I know I have before, but I make it a rule not to. I really try to be honest. And so what that has done is, like I said, it helps me understand all the parts of a system without bias, so that I understand the pros and cons from both sides of, you know, of the aisle, for example. There's less bias in my thinking. When we talk a lot about bias and the downfall of bias against, you know, people based on their race or gender or any of the isms we engage in against each other. And they're all so stupid because they're blind to the other side. And that's what they can dehumanize and hate someone simply for their difference. That's what the isms do, racisms and sexisms. Like, we all have different flavors, different strengths and weaknesses, but who's to say whose are better or more worthy? I'd really love to see a world where every human has their basic needs met. Is that such a big thing to ask? Could we figure out how to do that, you know? By the way, check out, there's a fountain behind me, and now I'm here at the fire by myself. Isn't it relaxing? I need more relaxation in my life. That's the realization I've had. I care so much about things that, like, I got high blood pressure. I have to take medicine for it now. So I gotta lower my stress. Anyway, the point of this video was just to basically encourage you to be lots of different things, hear lots of different perspectives, so you could be more holistic in your understanding. You know, you can decide what you agree with and what you don't from all the sides, and not be blindly allegiant to a political party or a religion. Like, just care about humanity, care about doing the right thing, no matter what you call it, or what religion or political party. Let's just figure out, let's debate each other, let's learn, let's understand the issues. Stop demonizing each other. Ad hominem attacks are what stupid people do. They're weak. We need to focus on the issues, not hating each other. You know, our political theater is just a soap opera. I've lost faith in our government that it's ever going to really have its act together. I really have. And I have worked in government a lot. I've studied it, and I've seen other governments overseas, and it's a poorly designed, broken machine by and large. It's dysfunctional no matter where you go. So I think humanity needs to reimagine how we govern ourselves, how we manage our resources, how we problem solve, because having 195 dysfunctional country governments trying to fix anything is going to be a letdown. I'll tell you. We need a better way. And we need people who can think holistically and see all the sides of an issue and not be mentally lazy. People who can learn, unlearn, relearn, ask the right questions, be curious, not be biased, not be blindly allegiant to anything or anybody or any outcomes. Really learn our way through to the solutions. We have to learn our way to solutions. That's how you do it. So go be lots of things that don't go together. Go expose yourself very broadly and very deeply to lots of different kinds of cultures and perspectives and domains and professional experiences and personal growth, and like, just become the best version of yourself you could be. by learning. That's how you do it, by being polymathic. You can self-actualize, or at least try to self-actualize. I personally don't think we ever really get there. I think there's always more to go. You know, you can never really say if someone's self-actualized until they're dead, I guess. But, well, maybe you could. Could you? Maybe if someone did, you could. What is self-actualization to you? Think about that. Self-actualization to me is I let myself become new versions of me that enrich my experience. And through trial and error and trying on different experiences and identities, I could find the one that feels most authentic to me. Authenticity is so important. It's energetically draining to be fake. It sucks the life out of you when you have to bear the burden of fakery. I think that's part of why I have aged so well. People tell me that all the time. They can't believe I'm 43. They tell me I look like I've been, maybe 30 or something, or even my 20s. And I'm 43. I was born in 1981. I come from the old world. And I think that part of the reason I've aged more slowly, it could just be genetics, but I think the vibrancy I have to just live a good life, to explore the full human experience, to be myself, to be authentic, to be brave, to be curious, to be bold, to be polymathic, to be open-minded, to be a paradox, and to be okay with that, to be a strategic, holistic systems thinker. This is what it is to be a polymath. Who doesn't want to be that? And the way to get there is you just keep learning, lifelong, life-wide learning, and you'll get so many gifts. Your creativity and innovation will improve if you really let yourself step into your identity as a polymath. Own it, Be an original, individuate, express your onlyness. That's what we should all be doing. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye.